Hello everyone, welcome to Topper IAS. And today, as a part of daily analysis with respect to mains, we will be seeing a particular article from Hindu. Okay, so one such article was the heading "The Outdated Nature of Bureaucracy." So, what is the context in the sense? See, COVID-19 has exposed the resilience of all the public institutions. So there has been question on the way the government institutions have been working. Were they effective in handling COVID-19 crisis? So these questions are usually pointed towards the government, that the government is ineffective in its functioning. So apart from that, one of the reason the article speaks is ineffective response to COVID-19 crisis is because of outdated nature of public bureaucracy. So inadequacy in response is also due to outdated nature of public bureaucracy is what the article is saying. So it justifies how this has happened, because what it says is even today the bureaucracy is stuck with a generalist rather than a specialist. So it is substantiating how the ineffective is bureaucracy during COVID-19 crisis. Okay, so one reason is because it is stuck with a generalist over a specialist. So what happens is generalist is a one who has broad and wider knowledge, whereas specialist is one who has expertise in a particular field, expertise in a particular field. Okay, whereas generalist is not expertise in particular field, but he has knowledge about n number of fields. So that is generalist. So specialist and generalist, basic difference you should know. And why the COVID response was ineffective from bureaucracy? Because of bureaucracy is more generalist rather than a specialist. So it goes on to say that you see COVID-19 a health crisis. So there will always be a credibility when there is a person who has qualified to do something. See, people listen to teachers, or people listen to persons who have qualified the competitive exams. Why? Because there is always a credibility. So COVID-19 pandemic, a health crisis. So people who would be more at a better position to deal such a health pandemic was COVID-19 pandemic would be health professionals. But what has happened, dealing with the health pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic? So the policy framework was all done by bureaucracy who were generalist, but the health professionals who were specialists, they were made to work under the generalist. So obviously this has led to the ineffective. So the leadership role should have been in the hands of specialist rather than the generalist, is what the article is trying to say. So obviously there is a there is a positive side of having generalist also, because they give broader perspective. But situation has to be dealt according to the need. The response has to be according to the situation. So this is what the article again says. uh, what the traditional bureaucracy is still stuck with the leadership of position over leadership of function. So leadership of position, in the sense a person in the authority, person in the position will be making the rules, whereas leadership of function is those people should lead, or those people should follow public policy who have expertise in the particular field. So if health professionals are expertise, they should be leading the public policy formulation during COVID pandemic, not the generalist bureaucracy. That is what the article says. So traditional bureaucracy is still stuck with the leadership of position rather than leadership of function. Okay. So one who has expertise should lead the policy making, is what the article is saying, trying to say. Okay. So that's what the meaning is. prefers leadership based on position. So authority, having position will authority, people in authority or the particular position will make laws, will make policies, whereas leadership on position, leadership of function based on the expert knowledge. So that is what the generalist traditional bureaucracy is still stuck with. This is what article is saying, but what we need is leadership of function is what we need today. Example the article gives is with respect to COVID-19 health experts. Okay, so these kind of issues. So because of traditional bureaucracy, the reforms usually suggested is bring in private sector. Okay, so bringing in private sector, what it does, it will bring in expertise, specialist, managerial techniques, so effective tool, and improvements in the service delivery and governance is what generally suggested. So bring in private sector, they will bring along with them their knowledge, their expertise, specialist, and then it will impact even the bureaucracy as a whole, and that will lead to improvements in the public service delivery and governance. But this is not a viable solution, because you see India, still there is a social inequality, regional variations in the development in India. So experts, that's what generalist advantage of having generalist is they have very broad perspectives. So in these kind of areas, specialist knowledge is limited. Okay, so there we need even generalist. So doing away with generalist and completely relying on specialist is also not a good sign. And you cannot rely on, because accountability, you see during the crisis of COVID-19, it is shown that even private sector was not able to deal with the situation. Obviously demand supply mismatch and n number of things that happen. So so if you are leaving entire the situation management to private sector, who will take the accountability if there is a crisis? So accountability issues always will also come into play. So, and also that even private sector has failed during COVID-19 crisis. So sole reliance on private sector is also not a good thing, is what, and it's not a viable solution, is what article is saying. So what it suggests is, what we need is collaborative governance. So governance is management of affairs of the nation in social, political, economic sphere. So what it says is this governance has to be collaborative. Collaboration of whom? It should be a collaboration of public sector, private sector, civil society, that is NGOs. This, it should be a collaborative of all these: private sector, public sector, civil society. So why? Because during the pandemic, you see it as many NGOs were very front runners in helping the people. So what it says, these all people should come together. So policy making should not just be remain in the hands of bureaucracy alone. So private sector should also be included. Even civil society has to be included in the policy making. That's what it is saying on leadership of function. So experts should be there, and depending on the need, people should play a role in policy making, rather than leaving the entire policy making to public bureaucracy alone. So this can be done by doing coming up with collaborative governance. So way forward is the same thing. We see a civil society playing a major role in saving lives. So this role has to be institutionalized. So take into account civil societies in public policy making, and you need to change the behavior of bureaucracy. So flexibility should be there. So same thing, a flexibility in hierarchy and all the generalist versus specialist debate should be relooked at, and reforms of lateral entry and collaboration should be people should be open to these reforms. So that's what traditional Weberian bureaucracy, this is based on what it believes in, a bureaucracy of clear rules, clear rules, hierarchy, line of authority. So this is what Weberian bureaucracy believes in. So fixed rules, hierarchy, line of authority. What the article suggests is you need to have flexibility. So flexibility by coming up with collaborative governance, bringing in private sector, bringing in civil society organization, and focusing, with the principle of leadership of function rather than leadership of position is what the article trying to say. Okay. So, and again, this will improve all those public service delivery. So all those things and all. And you also says that the all major revolutions with huge implications on public service delivery have come through collaboration of public bureaucracy with so-called outsiders. So it gives examples like, Green Revolution, MS Swaminathan, White Revolution, Aadhaar enabled services, Nandan Nilekani. In the sense, there is a collaboration between government and there is a collaboration between private sector, Nandan Nilekani. So all those huge, revolutions in terms of public service delivery was possible because of collaboration. So this has to be implemented. So it gives the example, this kind, the Green Revolution example, White Revolution example, and the Aadhaar enabled services. You already know Aadhaar has played a role in significant savings to government, also at the same time better targeting the delivery of services. So new public governance is the future of governance, especially public service delivery, and all that collaborative governance has to be the key, is what the article is saying. Okay. So that's it for today's article. You can also download this PDF in the link that is provided in the bottom of the description. Okay. Thanks for listening. Have a good day.